Greetings everyone, Napoleon Complex here. So today we're going to be fighting the Battle of Trutina on the Bohemian side. Here's the blurb if you want to read it, and on we go. Here we are on the battlefield. So the Poles are retreating towards the Trutina river. They've sent out this screen of Polish noble cavalry, which doesn't look like it should be too formidable. This all has the feeling of being too easy. I'll start to move up my raw crossbowmen to harass from the right. Light archers. On the higher difficulty, they often make these wings too small to really reliably cause disruptions. So we've got Fusknecht. So there's average protected swordsmen, nothing particularly remarkable. We have raw feudal levies, one actually decent unit of foot sergeants, and some Slavic foot. Okay, because some regular foot, that could come in handy actually. I wonder if we can use this medium foot for something. Got a good piece of rough ground here. And it's probably for the crossbowmen. When I see terrain like this, I usually want to use it. I don't want it to go to waste. What I'll do is I'll keep them behind the Fusknecht behind the knights and sergeants. They might get a chance to slip in to this village. In fact, I think I see exactly what to do with them. We're going to go for this flank first. And this unit is going to make for this forest. You guys start to move towards the ground. The idea is to try and narrow the battlefield, make it difficult for these noble cavalry to fall upon my levies. Let's see what the Polish command does. Some of their light troops that are operating thus far. Yep, that'll do it. Okay. Now this is starting to feel like a prince battle. Okay, we're going to want to cross over as much as possible, I think. Move my units up here, slow down those Polish noble cavalry. Limits their... Oops. Oh, right, okay. Want to try and cause a disruption if it's all possible. Nope, it wasn't possible. Okay, move this unit up. It's going to be difficult to get them into a position where they can help now. Keep moving up. Our knights just glide into a good position to hit the enemy nobles. Now I want the foot sergeants to take the lead and the rest of the army to form column behind them. Take on the rough ground. See if you can draw these guys off. My Slavic foot probably aren't going to have a good time against those superior armoured horsemen. But I have to use them for something. Let's take them sideways. I think we can hold them at bay. What we need to do is try and protect the knights while they win this initial battle. It'll probably help to have these knights on the field. Next turn. We're into the battle now. The ambush emerges properly. They just completely ignored my lights. I think they're going to regret doing that. I'm going to put my foot sergeants where they really don't want them. Oh. Them being undrilled is going to upset me, I think. Brave of them to charge in like that. think, yeah, the Poles are going to regret this. Armoured cavalry they might be, but they're no knights. We do need to resolve this before that large infantry force gets us, though. And there's lots of archers there. Okay. Continue to shoot this unit down. I have a decision to make. I think I'm going to let them charge, then I can bring in the Fuschknecht. Give them the general. Lunch. Oh goody, I'm going to enjoy hitting all of these knights in the face. That's a little bit too much of an advantage, really. They should really go general to general, because they may evade otherwise. I don't want them to evade. I want them to stand there and take the charge. We're not having much luck with disruption so far. There we go. That's a bit better. Oh, we should win over time anyway. Right, I have a plan for this. We do need to protect our flank. Oh, okay, no, never mind, I'm an idiot. If I move up to here, can I turn? Yes, I can. It's not where I would choose to put these knights, to be perfectly honest. You know what? I don't have to. I can move them to here. I'll turn this unit here just in case the worst somehow does happen. And I'll move to here. And that should make life difficult for those cavalry. I can just about avert a flank attack here. But that on-rushing Polish cavalry is definitely a problem. This arrangement will only delay the Polish advance so long and keep so many of the units tied up. And that would completely defeat the point of what I was trying to do by arranging my soldiers like this. I can't claim this arrangement as ideal. I stay facing the enemy for now. I don't really know what I'm doing with this force at the moment. One more melee to resolve. Okay, next turn. That as long as they like. Right. Okay. Maybe I overestimated the protection of that rock ground. Well, I'm still confident. Sergeants are doing their job. They're holding up the enemy cavalry. Nacht. That's less useful. Holding that line off nicely. How do we do... Oh, okay, fair enough. I'll just hold position. Yeah, they're going to get flanked next turn. Plus they're losing badly anyway. What I'm considering... Okay, there we go. They'll be destroyed. I was considering moving out to flank them. But I don't think that's a good idea. What we should do is use the grace period. Oops. to move our soldiers up. And what I should do before that is get my medium foot out of here. I need to set up a defensive line here. I think we will just continue to evacuate the medium foot from this section of the battlefield. It is not where they will thrive. Where they will thrive is in the fight that's coming up in that forest. And you should turn them up to face the north. And this cavalry is going to have to be held out off for basically the length of the battle. My darts. Then you'd think those Polish cavalry wish they'd never been born. I knew they were going to invade at some point. I was wondering how it didn't happen earlier, to be perfectly honest. Right, that unit's in trouble. Well, go out and help them. Someone needs to be in their corner. May as well be you. You can take the Fuschnichts as well. And why not? No, I'll get caught in the other unit. Okay. The stubbornness of the Polish cavalry is starting to cause a problem. Okay, caught one. If it seems unlucky that I only caught one, remember that knights are slower than medium cavalry. I need to stop doing... I need less of this, please. Right. Bring up the Bohemian sergeants. If we're making progress, we may as well go in our favour. Next turn. This may actually cause some pandemonium. At least we can't get shot at while we're running after them like this, and I may be able to evade into the woods. First Bohemian casualties of the battle. I threw those raw crossbowmen away. I should have put the Fuschnichts there. I thought I could withstand the cavalry on rough ground, but this isn't the old of glory ancients. Cavalry has gotten better. A lot better. That cavalry sure turned around quick to hit us. Those overzealous knights are running right into danger. Superior units will fight for a while. Let's see what I can do. Okay, this is bad. Lightly. Okay, with a bit of luck, maybe I can get a disruption on this unit. Just experimenting with different ranges here. We'll have our fire anyway. Oh, this is optional. Right, that gives us a little bit of hope. That's frustrating. If I can threaten this unit's flank, that might influence its decision making. Turn like this. But the thing is, we're still getting threatened here. There is a chance that this unit will bounce off. It's not a very likely chance because we're on a diagonal. I don't think I can prevent this. I think they're going to get flanked. I can't believe how quickly the Polish noble cavalry turned around. Right. Let's see where this goes. Desperate times, desperate measures. And that was not the thing I wanted them to do. Okay. I was hoping they'd run all the way along the line. So this unit, let's just go here. This unit's going to crack. Oh, these knights really, really want to die. See potential problems forming here. Very disappointed with myself that I got myself into this situation. Of course. Perfect timing. Now we really are in a circle. Those knights don't hurry up and win, they're going to become a Bohemian sandwich. How on earth did they not flank us? You don't get a gift like that every day. Did these archers really just charge out and engage knights? Oh, of course, because they're severely disordered. And of course I didn't see them and acknowledge them last turn because they were heading in the forest. Just 2 tiles away. Well, they're dead. Going to be an auto break situation. This is turning into Murphy's Law in action. So my cavalry have pretty much run straight into the worst possible configuration. They are going to get flanked. It's my fault for not keeping reserves. It's still extremely frustrating to see things work out in that way. I don't think we're going to win this, but we'll see how things go. This is going to be utterly horrible. We're actually relatively safe here. Oh god. Why do I get the feeling this probably isn't going too differently to what happened in S3? This one's going to hurt. They might not charge because they might be worried about getting flanked. Oh good, they've just blocked their own advance. I dislike being rescued by AI stupidity. Funnily enough, I find myself low in sympathy for these units. I didn't even realise that was one of my... Oh no. Am I drunk or something? Sorry. But to make a mistake like that, what was I thinking? Shut up and fight. Now I need to charge in here and try and rescue the situation. They fell short. He's hanging on by a thread. Enemy commander finally breaks. I mean, we're ahead on percentages, but I don't know, it just feels like I've made so many mistakes that even if I haven't lost, I should be losing. And yes, I know, I am very hard on myself. Can't engage them on equal terms. Move out like this. Maybe we can threaten the flank or something. And in general, we should be moving these units towards the forests where they'll fight at their best capacity. and towards enemy flanks in general. I'd say that the staff cuts are actually some of my... leave a unit here as reserve, but they're probably some of my best assets right now. See if I can harass them, maybe make them a little bit desperate. We might start making rash attacks. Got no sympathy for you lads, you've ran straight into that. Haha! Okay, that's good. That brought a smile to my face. Don't even think. Do not get drawn into another forest battle. Okay. I am winning. I don't deserve it one bit, but I am winning. That's going to hurt. Okay, they stayed in melee. The infantry are probably going to stop me from following up. I hope the archers are enjoying the parole, because it's coming to an end. Thankfully, my soldiers were smarter than their commander and stood their ground. Right. Win this. No, I wasn't really expecting that to lead to disrupt them. We've got 2 on 1 here. Try and win it. Okay. They stood their ground again. We might just be able to pull this around if we can drive off one of these 2 units that are causing us problems. And we're unable to do the trick. Can our general redeem the situation? That unit stands again. They've won 3 morale checks on Disrupted. Those knights are amazing. I take back everything bad I've ever said about knights, and believe me, I've said a lot of things. Move up into a flanking position and turn this unit around. I think if we can break the Polish cavalry, we can win here. Right, we've got the problem of these defensive spearmen moving up. Okay. Protected swordsman versus protected defensive spears. It's not an awful matchup, but it's not one I choose to... Oh goodness, okay. My ancient brain sometimes needs to get around just how incredibly powerful cavalry are in the medieval era. That unit's going to fail eventually. I shouldn't have put them there. The idea was to try and arrange a flank, but they've got that covered. However, if we can reach around... Let's see. Well, yeah, but if they don't do anything to cover those peasant archers, they're going to be in trouble. I'll move up here. Let's swing around here. And these knights can just generally stand in a menacing and generically threatening position. Okay. Because those, I'm aiming for those peasant archers. Better move up here and try and reinforce the situation. It's becoming rather tenuous. hammering away at that unit. Right, we've spent our movement for this turn. Let's see what the enemy has in store. I never get angry at my opponents, but I sometimes get very angry at myself. Especially when I think I've been an idiot. Oh, that was clever. The AI has got into the habit, and I observed this in Richard York's campaign, of hiding incredibly nasty things in the woodland. And they actually make a policy of it. Those cavalry are going to break through at some point. And of course now they go in. Well, they haven't blocked the flank attack, so I'm going to go after their cavalry if they don't do something soon. Because these are only swordsmen, 50% they're irregular. That is going absolutely nowhere, and yes, they broke immediately. Will draw off my knights though. See why they did that. If it works and it's stupid, oh, they were so close, and the general died at the last. Shame, those men were heroes, they deserve better than that. I think this is all about melt. Yeah, why not? Even though they're disrupted, they should still be able to do something to this. Good. Let's see where this leads. Not a flank attack, but we will hit them hard. Okay. Those archers have caused me enough grief. I am grim wrath come for them. Okay. It would be nice to get in amongst the archers. Do I just accept that this unit is probably going to go? Pull the horsemen down. The horses. At least gives these Slav-footed a fighting chance. This is a rather dangerous position. Uh-oh, I see what's going to happen here. If they engage. Give this unit the general, try and put them off. This could get very, very nasty. And of course they had archers there. Slippery and wet. And hold steady for now, that gives me an opportunity to set up. Oh wait, okay. I did not think that through. Right, continue to work around through the woods. I'll get them somehow. This battle is mine to lose now. We should win this. Get these guys turned around. We're going to need all the help we can get. Of course, the forest ambush squad from hell is still there. And just keep shooting them in the back. Causing some decent damage. Next turn. Well, one of our units broke up pursuit. That's always a good thing. Maybe they'll come back. still swordsmen. It was hairy, but I'm no longer afraid of this AI army. Good job. Those irregulars have earned their salt. Or whatever you pay irregulars. Well, we pretty much have to attack now. Okay. For heaven's sake, maintain this facing. I'm starting to pull down the knights. And we're starting to win against them too. Well done. This unit could be the saviour of the latter half of the battle. Starting to go down. I'm going to move up to this square. Okay, but they're going to break. If I thought of that turn before, we might be okay. That might have paid dividends. Unfortunately, I didn't. At least that gets us going. Can you guys turn around, please? We're up to 31, but I'm up at 16. Okay. Easy does it. I have no idea what I'm going to do with those rock crossbow at this stage in the battle. Well, the Poles are due a victory over here. Next turn. My family is from Poland. I probably shouldn't be so gleeful about beating them up. But what can you say? I'm an unprejudiced conqueror. Arm. This is a concern. If this unit breaks, this unit's flank will be exposed and vice versa. We need this unit of knights to go down as soon as possible. Well, noble cavalry, they're not knights. At least they don't fight as knights. I have been very lucky this battle. I'm not okay with that. You're not flanking my You know what, I don't have to commit to that. However, before I do anything, let's I don't like the idea of charging into that thicket of archers. The only problem is I might not have a choice. I wonder if I should charge here and bounce off. I don't need to do anything rash. Let's see how the rest of the battle unfolds. Okay, they break as planned. The logical thing here is not to just stand there getting shot at. We'll engage these archers and either, we'll disrupt them and as expected we drive them off, which isn't ideal, but okay. disordered Slav-foot are in their element in the forest. Well, we can take, as long as we just keep taking punches like that, we're also killing a lot of their cavalry. I need to decide what to do here. Charge. And it ended up paying off, I think. Kind of. I am looking to get in amongst these infantry here. Okay, go for broke. At some point we have to, I suppose. Right, now, hoping this will result in a flank attack next turn. If someone could get to this spot here, that's where my raw archers might actually come in handy. No, prioritize this unit. It needs to get ahead. I'm trying to get into the flanks of these units here. Turn yourselves around. They're still pursuing, okay. Threaten the flanks of this cavalry unit. With a bit of luck we'll draw off the Turks isn't he? Cavalry. I should possibly mention that my Polish heritage does not extend to linguistic skills. Flank, flank, flank. Oh, okay. I was wondering about that. I didn't leave any open flanks. I'm not. Lightfoot, always a dangerous opponent. Of course, they stood their ground. They need this flank attack. AI being very hesitant to move up. Why would they hold back like that? We've almost won. I just need a few more routes. Let's run that around quick. I didn't grasp quite how bad that situation was. That will help if one of our units breaks. Okay, can we win it with this charge? Held their ground. Stubborn fools. Give them the general. Take the worst odds first, so that we don't weaken and make them worse. Hold on. Remember, I do have a spare morale state in effect, because disrupted is practically the same as moderately disordered. This situation is a pretty hard one, I'm not going to lie about that. Go back. I feel like the whole reason we're in this mess is because we insisted on fighting in the woods. Hold these knights in reserve. They're going to go in if all else fails. They are our tactical reserve. You guys have disarmed yourselves a general. One or two more routes and we've won this. But where are they going to come from? And of course they can always rally up. Good, they'll get out of this situation then. means they'll get their spearman bonus. Okay, a few cracks are appearing in the Polish army. More cracks. Our Poles are getting ground down, but they're paying heavy price for it. Aha! That's a flank attack. Unfortunately, they held on. Polish army fighting for its life here. Into their sides we go. That should reverse the trend. Of course, we do need to win now before something manages to work its way around the flanks. May have just driven off the light archers there, unfortunately no. This situation continues to be very dicey for us. We can panic. Give up already! Alas, it wasn't to be. Start to work your way around the flanks of those skirmishers. And not throwing more good after bad. We'll wait until we start to win here, and that should be the end of it. This little fight in the forest will have to go down as a bit of historical trivia. I don't want it to become the focus of the fight, of course. Soboslav of Bohemia is going to go down as the hero of this battle, I think. Skirmishers. Doing skirmisher things. Yeah, it's a desperate sign when the medium cavalry starts to charge you. Well, of course they're already disrupted. Well, that's moderately disordered against fresh troops, steady troops. Well, you're going to lose eventually. This is ferociously hard fighting by the Poles. But there's yeah, there's first real crack in the facade. I would have liked the rout. And every rout really helps. If we can inflict a fragmentation, we might stand a chance here. 39%. Hoping to get in here and threaten their flanks. I'm not one to rely on single charges to win battles. Reinforce the position here. You can't keep this up. You will rout eventually. I've got you in my grasp. And I'm not letting go. probably see how this goes first of all, shouldn't I? Okay. Don't ask me to explain how the combat odds works there. Seems rather erratic to me. They are actually winning that fight. Give them the general, give them the best shot. Those knights at least had the decency to hang on and make up for their mistakes. Okay, next turn. Okay. How many turns have we spent on this now? Just the static line battering one another to death. That was a very unfortunate turn of events. So it was going to be just too late. I can't believe how long some of these units held out for. I can believe it. Happens very frequently, actually. Okay. Knights that got beaten up in the forest are starting to pick themselves up, dust themselves down, get ready to try again. Every time I try that, it just backfires in my face. Charge. Going to force the issue with an auto break. One more route. Broken. I mean, that was always likely to happen, but that's a fragmentation. Okay, we're going to win, but, well, I've been saying that for a while now, haven't I? When are we going to win? That is the question. Keep them hemmed in the woods, but my knights will pay for that. This is what I was building up to. I didn't want to just charge those archers. Ah, is this it? I think this is where we win. Good, there we go, 40%. 24% difference. Wasn't that a wheeze? It occurs to me that, aside from that happy accident, I've technically lost 2 generals' bodyguards to this forest. It's the place where generals go to die. They flanked. That's why that happened. This should be the end of it. Fingers crossed. They can't fall back, can they? If the AI had done that earlier in the battle, I would be toast. Oh no. Okay. Oh, that's it. They saved the day, those brave Slav-foot who overcame mounted cavalry. Superior mounted noble cavalry saved the day for us and probably saved that Bohemian levy's life. We've won. Okay, that was a very shaky start. Yes, we will. So if anything else, I don't want to lose anyone else. I've been Napoleon Complex. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.